Hi everybody, my name is Connor Hayes if you didn't know. Welcome to the debate, thank you for judging. Let's hope for a good round. I'm going to start by attacking my opponent's case, and then I'll present my own. So I'm going to start, my opponent said that dolphins are sentient beings. The test that he used from the 70s can and is under dispute based off of what's called the Clever-Hans effect, which is where animals behave based off the reactions they get from human trainers. So the test is thrown into doubt by this effect, so the dolphins were doing things to impress the trainer and not based off of their own mental capacity. This forces my opponent's argument to drop and not be conclusive, which means we can't use those tests and that evidence in this round. Moving on, he says that dolphins feel pain, and since they can feel pain, we shouldn't kill them. Well, if you went to cattle farmers or pig farmers or anyone around the world who slaughters animals for a living, they will tell you that these animals feel pain before they die. So based off of that reasoning, all animal slaughtering should be terminated, and based off of his logic, we shouldn't eat animals anymore. And that's really not what we're voting for in this debate. We're looking at, you know what, the hypocrisy of it is wrong. We can't decry this while allowing that, or we can't, decry this dolphin hunt and allow people to go look at dolphins in tanks every day. So he has to decide whether we're actually going to vote for animal cruelty or we're going to pass a resolution that won't actually get anything done. Moving on, he's talked about the utilitarianism for the dolphins, the happiness, and it's bad that it ends this dolphin hunt that kills 500 dolphins when he brings up stats for the 20,000 dolphins that are killed annually. So we shouldn't hunt them, but what he's missing is that what he is voting for, what he's pushing for in the proposition side is the end to the 500 dolphins that are being killed, not the 20,000. He's not saying Japan can't hunt dolphins at all anymore. So he's kind of trying to make it look like a political victory while not accomplishing anything. And then I'm going to move to my case, and that starts with my contention 1. The UN is taking away from Japan unnecessarily, and that's because, subpoint A, the Japanese have been eating dolphins for hundreds of years. Though this dolphin drive is relatively young compared to the tradition of eating dolphins, it doesn't change one fact. Japanese population has been eating these animals that they say are just big fish since the beginning of the 1400s. This tradition is comparable to the Chinese and Koreans eating dogs. You don't see the UN going around telling China and Korea to stop eating dogs. What's the difference? There really is none. Moving on to my contention 2, the hypocrisy involved is impossible to avoid. Now this is very important because the goal of these sanctions is to end dolphin suffering while allowing others to prolong. That moves to my subpoint A. Now we know that the UN sanctions end the suffering of dolphins, but it is blatantly ignoring the fact that every time you go to SeaWorld, you're prolonging the suffering of dolphins. So since I agree that they are the second smartest animals or creatures on this planet behind obvious human beings, and then they live in complex societies, require massive amounts of ocean space to live successfully. My opponent and I agree on that. However, with the United States and countries around the world are holding dolphins in tanks each and every day so that Jack and Jill can come to SeaWorld, France, wherever, to go watch them. So they're being restricted, and it is cruelly keeping them under wraps, which is not something that we can vote for and allow to continue while we criticize this dolphin hunt, which is more part of a culture than holding dolphins for entertainment. Moving to my subpoint B, the UN can't just discriminate against Japan. If the goal is to end suffering and cruelty against dolphins, how can we allow them to be cut into tanks, like I already said, and cut off from their own society? The logical answer is that we can't. When some dolphins are being held in tanks, how can we criticize anyone for their treatment of animals? In essence, again, we cannot. We have to realize that by holding them in captivity, we are also supporting a different kind of animal cruelty. And then my contention 3 is that the UN actually makes things worse, and that's using 2 reasons. 1, the UN has no power. So the UN can't actually halt the dolphin hunt. So if we're serious about ending the hunt, we have to actually take action in a different way. What this resolution does is it's a political victory that doesn't step on anyone's feet and gets a nice press conference. This facade of power distracts us from the fact that they really can't do anything. And then on to my subpoint B, that it takes attention away from the issue. After the UN attempts this resolution, it'll say that, you know what, we fixed the problem, we've said that it's bad, we've asked them to stop, but in the end they won't actually pay attention. So if my opponent really wants to do something, we should not focus on this and focus on the fact that more dolphins are killed every year in fishing nets that we use to catch tuna than they are in this dolphin hunt or in Japan's dolphin hunt quota. So if we're actually going to make progress and move forward, this is a small issue, and that we have to look towards bigger resolutions to actually make a difference in this world. Thank you.